Im heutigen Video habe ich einen ganz tollen Gast. Das ist ein Interview, auf das ich mich schon sehr lange freue. Und zwar geht es um den Kopf hinter Android APS. Ich dürfte ein Interview mit ihm führen und das möchte ich euch natürlich nicht vorenthalten. Das Ganze jetzt gleich nach dem Intro. Hallo, ich begrüße euch zu Sandys Diabetes Club. Ich bin Sandy und im heutigen Video, wie gesagt, geht es um das Interview mit Milos Kozak. Milos ist der Kopf und der Erfinder von Android APS. Ich habe das ganze Interview in Englisch geführt, habe aber deutsche Untertitel dazu gepackt. Entschuldigt, wenn das Ganze nicht ganz hundertprozentig flüssig im Englischen war. Mein Englisch ist nicht ganz so gut, aber man kann doch durchaus verstehen, worum meine Fragen gingen und Milos sie mir beantwortet hat.
Here, Milos Kozak. Milos Kozak is the founder of Android APS. It's the first video what I make with him, and I have any questions around about Android APS, who started anything. This is a small interview. You can look it. Look, please, to the end. It's more interesting information, what you have learned about Android APS and the story. And on the finish, we need a little bit of help. Okay. Hello, Milos. Nice to be here.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you as well.
That's great. Milos, live in Prague. I'm in Germany. Sorry, my English is not so good, but I hope you understand what I tell.
I hope this for the same. I hope you will understand me.
When you have any question, please downstairs in the video you can tell us all, and we give you an answer. Now, my first question is, how did you start Android APS?
Basically, it was very simple because my daughter got diabetes at age of 3, and during the time I was looking for new technologies that will help me with the management of the diabetes. Well, it's 11 years ago, and the sensors were not available at the time. The pump therapy was pretty rare here, and so on. But within first 2 years, I learned a lot, and I found out about the sensors and so on. So I told myself that, okay, it's great technology, how to use it. So I ordered some sensors from the US because it was not available here. I got my first G4 receiver from US, and I started play with it. And very soon I realized that it's really great, but I was very disappointed with the quality of the technology because it was like 100 years old. And yes, we are in the century of iPhones and so on, and yeah, Google how the G4 receiver looks like, and you will see. So I was start thinking about how to improve it and how to make it better for our needs. And very soon I realized that I was not the first who was looking for this. And I realized that there's a Night Scout, which was done by John Kostic. And so my first work was not on Android APS, but I started to improve Night Scout and improve it for our needs. So that was the start.
Okay, wow, great. It's an interesting story where you did start from your daughter. That is, it's powerful to say, okay, I make it for my child. Have you diabetes or only your daughter?
No, only my daughter.
Okay. With which pump do you have started this Android APS? It's not, I don't know. It's where was the first pump?
Oh well, everything was an evolution because I was working for on the Night Scout. I did for Night Scout a lot of features you already know. Maybe you don't know that they are from me, but at some time the people in US started to use Open APS. It was with the old Medtronic pumps, and there was missing integration with Nightscout. So first thing I did that I created integration for Open APS for Nightscout, and I was trying to get the technology for me, but I was not available. But I was not able to get such pump working with Open APS in Czech Republic. So I started looking for some alternative. And I found that the pump Dana R this time was available here, and it has open communication, Bluetooth communication. So that was the first point. I was starting to work on new application with Dana Pump.
Okay, the Dana Pump always running with Android APS, and I know any people in German who works by EMEDC, and yeah, it's great to have these pumps for us, and it's work good. What I hear.
Yeah, Dana Pump was the first.
Yeah. I'm one of this one who has the old AccuCheck combo, the tank under the pumps. I love it.
Yeah, my daughter is still using Dana RS.
Okay.
So.
When you did start to make Android APS, you was alone, or have you have made the first steps, or have you a team or any friends who say, okay, I can help you, or how, or have you now a team? Who is this one?
Well, I was looking for a solution, and I realized that there's a girl in Czech Republic, just lucky it was in Czech Republic as well, and she was already playing with the Dana Pump and Open APS and so on. But she already did it only for herself. He didn't make it public, but for me it was an impulse that this is really possible. So I started for new application for me because I wanted from the application different features, because I wanted to have it for my child. I really needed the remote monitoring, remote control, and everything. So I had to start with completely new application, which will be handy for the parents as well.
Okay. Is this your job to make application? Well, for me, it's this a book, a closed book. I don't know who is this one to make. Is this your job, or is this a hobby?
No. Well, I'm an IT guy, but I'm not a developer. So at first I had to start learn how to write in Java, how to write applications for the Android, because I didn't know it before. So I learned it, and I created my first application, and basically it's the only application because I'm not a developer.
Wow. You have learned all this one for Android APS. That is incredible. Incredible. That's great. Wow. And now we have any pumps and CGMs in Android APS. How did you think about the interactivity with the pumps, interoperability, so is the name, from the pumps and CGMs? Do you hope to become more of this one or not?
It's not easy question.
Okay.
Well, maybe you remember something like 4 or 5 years ago, a lot of people were talking about interoperable pumps, and it was at the time when the iPhone application Loop was acquired by the Tidepool, and everyone was talking about interoperable pumps and CGM and so on. So I was lucky, because if this would happen, that means that we can have many systems with many pumps, everything will work together, everyone can choose the best for him and so on. But if you look at the situation now, almost nothing of this happened. And we have a few closed systems from different manufacturers. We have Medtronic, we have Tandem, we have CAPS with the ipso, but nothing is open, and basically none of the European pump company is willing to cooperate with the open community. So they are still closed systems. It's a bit different with the Chinese producers because they usually don't have their own closed loop systems, and they are willing to cooperate, and they provide the source code for the integration. So it's completely different approach.
Okay. Now I have make in a booth time in a long time ago. I have make a video. We have to use Android APS in 33 countries. Now China and Europe are the biggest player who make pumps, or is in another country pumps too where be interesting for Android APS? Do you know?
I don't know, but if you look at the pumps listed in Android APS, European pumps are not there, and not new pumps. Okay. But from the Chinese pumps, there are a lot. So it's like everywhere. The Chinese will roll over us.
Okay. That on the end can be Android APS is running, but with not European pump, and we in German or in other countries in Europe have no pumps anymore? Or do you think Chinese come to Germany or to Europe and say, okay, we have pumps for you? What do you think? How make the way away?
Well, everything is directed by money, okay. And I think that. All these Chinese companies see that the European people and European insurance companies have money, and for them it's an opportunity to get even more money. So they really once have their pump on the European market just because of the money.
Okay.
And Android APS is a very good opportunity for them because they get a pump with the closed loop systems, and they can get immediately new customers.
Yeah, I say we in German have this the system who pay the insurance company pay the closed loop, and I don't know. On the one side you see the costs, how many costs all, and on the other side I don't know why you can use Android APS. You don't must pay. You can only need it, and that is the thing. Well, I was go to these companies and say, hey, why not? Is that a thing is work, and you can save a lot of money.
Oh yeah, but nobody will talk to you without certification. So we need certification first, and then we can talk about the rest.
Okay, so to the certification we come later now. No, it's a big point. Okay, would you like to make a cooperation with any company or any industry firm who say, okay, he will push you or push Android APS?
Well, we need cooperation for the certification. But when I talk about the DIY, I'm really happy that I can do what I want, and I'm independent to everyone. So I can add new features as I want, and I'm not really on.
Yeah. How does it deliver? You are alone, or you have now a team who many makes, or how it's now the process to become a completely app? Or you see, okay, this part, and I do all in my app. Who is this process at the moment?
Well, I'm still the main developer. At the beginning, there were more. But current situation that I'm the main one, the one who is doing the core of Android APS, the coordinating the work and making decisions. There are some other people who are writing the code, but basically it's some really specific single features that which are added by another developers.
Okay.
So I'm the core one.
You're the core one. And when you see a part who think it's good for Android APS, you say, okay, I put it inside, or how is this one?
Oh, well, I would prefer to have more, but I don't have anyone.
I think so. In the last update was the dynamic ISF, what it's come inside. as the people have tested in front, I know. But it's the idea from you. I have to say, okay, this idea is great, and we can taste it.
No, the idea was not from me. You can find it on internet. There were more people cooperating on this one. What I did was the final cleanup on the code and integration and so on. But basically, the idea is not mine.
Okay, but you say, okay, what is great, or do you think it's great? You taste it and say, okay, I do it in Android APS.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then comes the important question. I see the updates come in any time. Nobody knows who come update or anything. It's every time a surprise.
Yeah.
Have you a plan, or you make, okay, now it's sure, now can I say, now it's safe, now you can use it, or how is so you're
Well, we are constantly adding new features. At some time, I decided, okay, it's enough. Now we stop adding new features and start to stabilize the code. And once this is done, it can be released. And yeah, it takes time.
Okay, so that's okay. You say it, now I understand. Okay, well, I become the question: do you know when it comes the next update? And I say it's working fine. Yeah, but I like to this one or this one. Yes, I say make a question, then you can see.
Oh yeah, basically, if you say it works fine, it doesn't mean that it will work fine for everyone. So it must be more tested with different configurations, different pumps, and so on. So not easy.
I understand. When any time had a question for Android APS, what he'll want or what he find a good idea, it's anywhere email address or anywhere where can I send my question there?
Well, I created the support page on Facebook. Mm-hmm. From my point of view, this is the best solution because the questions and comments and so on are repeating all the time. So once it is on Facebook, everyone can read it again, and I'm not receiving duplicates.
It's no problem, it's okay. Yeah, we have in German the loppercommunity.org. It's a German site. It's great for help in German, but in the other way, it's looped on Facebook the best time. Okay. So now comes the question to the certification. Anyone have here, we want to make a certification for Android APS. How is the way to make this one? Or
I was working on the certification with some doctors from Czech Republic, the Motol Hospital, which is the largest hospital in Czech Republic, and we already did some first steps. We already have the safety study. We prepared a lot of the documentation for the studies and so on. But right now, we are still missing partners and money.
Okay.
That's the current situation. We are slowly moving forward, but without the whole amount of money, we are not able to complete it.
Okay. What was the benefit when we have for the users when was a certificated version in the internet? What was the benefit for the peoples?
Well, I think the best for the people would be the ability to download from Play Store because everyone hates the building in Android Studio.
Okay, it's the easiest way to become Android APS than on the smartphone.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. In this version, is then a way to send all the tonight's code, or it's a closed system only on the smartphone?
I hope that if this happens and we will make the certification, I hope that most of the features which are right now in Android APS will be there as well. It will be necessary to simplify it a bit, but I still hope that we can preserve most of the features.
Okay, that's great. how can people help you or us? I don't know. As I say us, for me, it's Android APS, a small baby for me on my channel. And how can people help you or us to support for the CE certification? It's any way, or how can make it?
Well, I think the only way which can be done by people is that they will ask the companies for the certificate version, because the companies must have the feeling that people are really wanting to use Android APS as a commercial system. And maybe if you know someone who can help, who have access to the investors, pump companies, anyone, that you can give us the contact, and then we can do the rest.
Okay. The important thing is, when you have a contact, or when you have, anything who can help us to become this certification, please, you can put it down in the description, or send me an email. I send it away to Milos to help him. It's not a problem. You see the internet, my email address, I put it downstairs. You can read it and send me an email. Then we hope to become the certification fast for all the peoples. It's not only for Android APS good, it's for all good. I think it's right.
Yeah.
I have read it in last year for a letter from the Canadian Diabetic Association to make a position paper to become Android APS in Canada, to accept it. You have read it?
Yes, some kind. I know about it, because the Canada has a problem that they don't have so many closed loop system there, and for them it's a possibility to have at least something. So the doctors there are willing to have Android APS as one of the possibilities, and at least give it to the people.
Okay, it's a lot of people, loop systems there, okay.
Yeah.
Then one question, it's anytime thinking to have an AI in Android APS who in other systems, or you say, okay, no, the system is so great, we don't need it?
It's a good question. Well, there is some version of Android APS which is already using the machine learning, or AI, if you call it like this. But generally, I think that I would not really want a system which is only powered by AI. I think everyone was testing the ChatGPT, and you saw the answers. 90% could be perfect, but 10% is really wrong. And you really don't want to have bad insulin dosage in 10% of cases. Yeah, so it could be really dangerous. But yeah, I'm not against the using AI, but in specific form. Maybe, let's say, help to the people improve their profile or something like this, but not the control of the insulin dosage.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, well, I have seen any systems in German, and we have the systems, or no, completely AI, but I think who say it's learning. I, for me, say all time, the systems, it's too slow. It's not fast enough to understand what I need in this moment. And when it's learning the last 5 days, and it's in the thing today, I need this one. I don't see this the right way. It's a good way when nobody they don't like to make anything for his diabetes, but when you like to make it good or better, and you need a little bit of time for this one, I think this is a better way.
Oh yeah, and always, well, the patient always have more information than the system has, because you know that you ate something, or you did an exercise or something like this, but the system itself doesn't know it if you don't tell. So you, as a person, has more knowledge, and you should be responsible for the controlling the system, because you are able to do better decisions with more information you have.
I think it too. I think it too. What is your dream for Android APS the next years? Have you a dream where you say, okay, that is the next big step, what I like it, or you say, okay, no, I make all steps step by step?
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
Have you a dream where, go away with Android APS?
I'm not dreaming so much to the future. I think small steps are better, because if you do some new food, if you prepare some new feature for the people, people must learn it, adapt to it, and so on. And so bigger changes are not good for this.
Okay. Do you have for a few days show us to become Android APS the next update becomes the lowest Android version 11. Is this right?
Yes.
It's why the people have was the oldest systems too old, or to run better?
Well, there are many reasons why I increase the minimal requirements for the application. One of the most important is the safety, because using the really old Android system is pretty dangerous. If you connect this Android to the internet, it's vulnerable to many different things, and people should use only updated phones for the critical device like closed-loop system is. So that's one thing. Second thing is that I want to make the development up to date with the technology at all. So like Google is working on improving the Android, all the application which wants to use the new features has to be updated as well. So for me, it's a lot of work to keep it up to date. And having the possibility using it on the older Android systems brings really many complications in the coding. So for me, it's much more simple at the same time say, okay, now we have only a few hundreds of people who are using Android 9 and 10, so let's drop support for these systems and invest the time for the development of more modern application. So that's the primary thing.
Okay, and now the last and good question is, when can the next update?
When it's ready.
When it's ready, that's great.
No, I think within next month, let's say.
The next month, okay. This year or next year? Can I say so what? This year is fast, it's go away.
No. I feel it as well that the last 3.2 version is almost 1 year old, if I remember well. And there is a lot of new features in the version, and we have to publish it and make it available to everyone.
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, people, when you can help Milos and me for the contacts for the certification, please put it down in the description. We need this help to become a certification for the system. The system is so great. You know all who use it. And when any know anybody, please tell him, look this video, give us a contact. It's very, very important for us and was a great help. Please make it. Milos, a lot of thanks to have time for me for this small interview, for the good questions and answers for me and for the peoples. I hope you have enjoyed it this short time, and I hope I can you take any time for a new interview.
Thank you very much. It was really funny to talk to everything.
I have to make all my questions. Have I anything forget what you say? Okay, so it was important to know the peoples, or? Oh
yeah, they are always. Well, time is flowing and new questions will come, so we can make another interview after some time and answer more questions.
Thank you a lot, Milos, and we see us next time. Bye.
See you. Bye bye.
Das war das Video zu Android APS mit Milos Kozak. Wenn euch das Video gefallen hat, dann gebt natürlich gerne einen Daumen nach oben und lasst natürlich auch sehr gerne ein Abo da. Wenn ihr Fragen rund um Android APS, Night Scout, Xtrip oder ähnliches habt, gerne unten in die Kommentare rein. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zusehen und bis zum nächsten Mal bei Sandys Diabetes Loop. Tschüss!